The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Glory to you, Lord. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you, and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
On the Monday following the storm, before I even checked the church buildings, I decided to ride in some of the neighborhoods which are in our parish. And I am so grateful and I'm so happy that there was very little damage. And I hope that your property, your goods, your homes have all been safe, and if anything, just minor damage. A lot of trees down, but everything looks to be okay, and I hope that you're okay. As far as the church goes and the church properties, no problems whatsoever, thank you, dear God, except we had one small broken window at the school. We'll take that, thank you. Now, as far as air conditioning and electricity goes, I hope you have it, but if you don't, let's all be grateful to God that the weather is cool right now. About 3 years ago, my family got together for a family reunion, the Carvers. I have a cousin who has been retired for a number of years now, who has done a lot of genealogy work in our family. He's been doing it for years. And at the family reunion, I was amazed to learn, and very surprised to learn, that my ancestors go back to Spain with a name like Carver. How could that be? But anyway, they went back to Spain and came to the United States, believe it or not. There was a man who was a crew hand on the Mayflower named John Carver. That's my relative. And gee, that makes me feel pretty good. But I think it's fair to say that the United States of America has the most diverse population in the entire world. Most of us, our ancestry goes back to Europe, probably. And if you even take a look at our town of Biloxi, settled by the Spanish and the French, some of the countries that our ancestors are from are Croatia, Italy, France, England, Spain, right here in Biloxi and more countries from Europe. There's a family living in Biloxi that I know are from Poland. Their parents were Poland, and now they're living here in this city. Some of us in Biloxi have ancestry in the Middle East, parts of the Middle East. That's where Jesus lived, in the Middle East. Certainly, the Far East, plenty of people living in Biloxi are from the Far East, the Vietnamese, Africa. And I'm sure that there are people who live in Biloxi who are from Oceania, that's Australia, New Zealand, that area. In other words, right here in this little tucked away corner of the United States of Biloxi, we have people living here who are ancestors from all 7 continents of the world. Our country, the United States of America, and Biloxi, consists of people from what I would like to quote is from the Eucharistic prayer of reconciliation. That prayer goes, "O God, accept people of every tribe, nation, and tongue into your kingdom of heaven." And that's what All Saints' Day is about. I think that we would do well to consider our real citizenship on the day that you die. As your remains are placed in the earth, the priest will say over your remains, "Our true citizenship is heaven." And so I'd like to reference today's gospel. We hear it every year from Matthew, the Beatitudes. We get a list, really, of what we need to have stamped on our passports to get into the kingdom of God. One of them, the first one, is "Blessed are the poor in spirit." There is a young man, I would say in his mid-20s, who sleeps right over here every day under this ramp for the handicapped. That man can't be 25 years old. And he is incredibly poor here. His brain is so messed up. And I know that that man's going to go to heaven. And every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, when I open up the church, I open that door and tell the man, "Church is coming. Let's go now." He's been sleeping there for months. Blessed are the poor in spirit. That's part of the mark that we need to get into heaven. And so the list goes on. The meek, people who hunger for what is right, merciful people. These are all the prescribed attributes to join the saints in heaven. But there is one quality that we need right now more than ever in our country that really sets us apart as Catholics. And it is to be peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And I know this in my heart, and I'm sure that you know it too, that everybody in this country right now, and I think everybody in the world, is looking to us, Catholic people, on how to make peace and accord and understanding in our country right now. They're looking to us. Do you know why? Because Catholics are genius when it comes to reconciliation. We understand it so well, we understand it so clearly, that it is made a sacrament of the church. And so, I don't know about you, but when I'm with people, friends, family, co-workers, when there might be a little bit of discord in the air between them, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. How about you? But not only that, but we as peacemakers, Catholic peacemakers, we want all races of people, all creeds, all countries, to live in mutual harmony and accord. The Eucharistic prayer of reconciliation. I pray that prayer every day in Lent. And I pray that prayer every Friday, the day that the Lord died. O Lord, accept people of every race, creed, and nationality into your kingdom of heaven. That's us. Oftentimes, though, I think as peacemakers that comes so naturally to us as Catholics, we find ourselves between disputing opinions or people, and what happens oftentimes is that we are criticized for that. Take a side. And so oftentimes we're not taken seriously, I think. People will call us pacifists. That is not true. Because that happened to many of the people that we honor today, the saints. It happened to saints who were great reformers for the church in a time that the church needed to be reformed. And they were criticized and even imprisoned, and they didn't say a word, not a word. There have been saints who have lived during the most tumultuous times on earth, who have been put away simply because they're Catholics in Nazi German camps. And they were killed. One man starved to death, and they never said a word. That's why Jesus puts so much emphasis on this beatitude when he says, "Blessed are they, blessed are you, if you are insulted or persecuted, and if every kind of evil is against you because you believe in me." Jesus says, "Rejoice and be glad on that day, for your reward will be great in heaven." So let us thank God on this day that we honor the saints, because it is in the church and through the church that we develop the kind of character that sets us apart, that people look to, for example, because we carry the passport into the kingdom of heaven.